This is way too close. Oh, man. That's my nostrils. That's reality. Back it on up now, son. Beep.
3, 2, 1, bro.
What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Lee Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murph, and we are continuing down this grand journey of gaming shelves. We're really breaking the mold here, doing stuff that no one has ever thought to do. Talk about the games they own. Anyway, now that I hate myself, let's get to it. Today we're going to be talking about this little section of the shelf here, and we've got some doozies. I don't know which way to go. Let's go. Oh, man. We're going to go small to big. We're going to go small to big. First game on the shelf today is Seven Wonders Duel. This is a two-player edition of Seven Wonders. So it borrows some of the thematics and mechanics from Seven Wonders and makes it a two-player game. This is kind of an engine-building game where you're building these little pyramids and you're taking turns selecting cards. Now, cards take different materials and resources to buy sometimes. Sometimes they're free and they give you resource production and so forth. You're trying to build this little engine for yourself and go for one of three types of victories. You can go for a straight points victory, all the victory points at the end of the game, and you win. You can also go for a military victory. Up here on this chart, there's all these red military cards with shields on them, and if you put two shields, you slide your military two spaces to their side and you kind of put the pressure on. So there's kind of this tug of war over military dominance. There's also scientific achievements with these green cards that you can also guess. There's three ways to win the game. For Nick and I, it always comes down to points or the military, and it's really fun because you're trying to collect these wonders and build your little engine, and it's really quite good. I don't win very often, and this is actually a game. Seven Wonders is amazing. Seven Wonders Duel is amazing, excuse me. I've never played Seven Wonders. I want to. From what I understand, it kind of has to be three or more to play, and usually we're two players, so we have a two-player exclusive edition of the game, which I quite like. We also need to try Pantheon from what we are told. But that is Seven Wonders Duel. What else do we have on this part of the shelf? Oh, nothing. Except for a bunch of more Bruno Catala. God! Damn, that guy is good. Woo! I love this game so much. It makes me mad. Sometimes I'm just like, of course, Bruno. God, I hate you, Bruno Catala. You just make great stuff. Keep doing what you're doing, lad. Boom! Raptor is next. See how I did that? That's professional. I didn't even look at my hands. Is it on camera? Okay, it is. I checked the camera. We're good. This is Raptor, folks. This is a Bruno Catala and Bruno Faduti product. This is a two-player, completely asymmetrical, abstract-ish game in which you are playing as one of two sides. It's another two-player exclusive. You're either playing as scientists or dinosaur hunters, as I like to think of them, because, or you're playing as a mother raptor and her babies. Now, there are really cool ways in which this game works. So you have these cards that you can see down here, and we all have the same numbers of cards. We have numbers 1 through 9, and each card has different abilities that are specific to, again, if you're a scientist, they have their own things that they do, all these different powers you can do. Same thing with the Raptors, completely independent of what the scientists do. And you're kind of trying to play the player a little bit. We each have 9 cards. And as you're playing, until you get the chance to refill your hand, you have less and less options. There's a bit of like card counting going on. You're like, I think that guy played his 6 a while back. And you're trying to do that because when you throw down your cards, kind of like war, you flip them over and you see, and if you have the lowest number, you're going to get to do whatever the little power is on that card. In this case, you'd be able to bring 2 scientists on the board. So that's like all you do is your little power on the card. That's it. Whoever has the higher number gets to do a number of kind of standard actions that are equal to the difference between the two values. So in this case, I played a lowly 2. I just get to put 2 scientists on the board. They played the 9, the biggest card. It has no powers. All it's meant to do is for you to ravage people because you have all these standard actions. So now the Raptor can run over here, eat this dude. That's 2 actions. Run over here, eat that dude. That's 2 actions. because they have a total of 7 actions based on the difference. So you're kind of deciding like, when do I play low? When do I try to play high? Because if you play like a 7 and it's still the lower card, it is powerful. It's hard to do. So you're really trying to play the player and move around this kind of board that's semi-modular in that, you know, you can articulate it different ways to put it together. So the mountains and obstacles will be kind of different and random every time. Raptor is super cool. I've only ever played as the scientist side, which I know y'all know. I've played several times. I still have never even tried the Raptor side because I'm really enjoying trying to master one side before we even flip around and try the whole other half of the game. So that is Raptor. I'm going to rub my eyeball for a while. I think I look good today. Huh. Give me it. This is Viticulture. Viticulture is an amazing game by Stonemaier Games. Jamie Stegmaier designed this. This is both Nick and I's second favorite game. This made the ranking of second without ever having played with the Tuscany expansion, which we now have, which I'm not very good at, but I quite like. I finally won a game of Tuscany. And then played another round of it over the convention we just went to, and I came in dead last. So still have not quite mastered Tuscany, but I love this game. Great worker placement. The thematics just really work. We don't even drink wine or have never made it. Probably will never step on a grape even on purpose to make juice. And yet this game just really captures me. It's beautiful. It looks really great. Worker placement's our favorite mechanic. So it's like, you're going to be well received anyway. And it's just like one of those things that you're like, yeah, I do want to run a little vineyard. And it has just like top-notch components. It's just it's just rules, man. It's hard to even explain why we were like even drawn toward this game. This is a game that like Nick told me about because he's like, yeah, for some reason I really want to play it. It's about winemaking. And I was like, when he described it, I was like, yeah, I really need to play that game. You could just tell without ever seeing the artwork, anything like that. There was going to be something here. And Viticulture just really hits the mark. It's just engaging. It's interesting. And it's just going to be one that's going to be in our lives for a long, long time. So Viticulture, big ups to Viticulture. How do I put you back there? Now, the last one over here is a big dog. This is Seventh Continent. They don't put anything on the back because I don't want to tell you what happens. That's the fun is in the discovery. This is a game I can only talk a limited amount about because it's all kind of choose your own adventure and, spoilers abound and whatnot. But this game is really, really cool because you do whatever the hell you want. You want to walk over here, go north for a number of spaces and burn through a bunch of your actions and cards and stuff. Go for it. Why not? There's nothing to say that you can't do that. It might not win you the game, but like, that's totally valid. You're just exploring this continent, this island, and the surrounding areas. And oh man, it's just the amount of detail and the things that you discover, even when you come back to the same card that you've been on before, you start to recognize the areas, but now you're over here for a different reason. So everything has a different kind of context to it. And you're like, oh, now maybe that's why there's this little bit of artwork over here. Maybe that's a clue to something for this curse or for another curse, because there's a number of curses that you're trying to solve. Ultimately, that's kind of the episodes or however you want to refer to it. It's kind of like a campaign game. I just love the fact that you can sink a ton of hours trying to explore, trying to learn, remember, write stuff down so that the next time you go for it, trying to cure yourself of this curse, you have a little bit more information. You're a little bit smarter. You've learned about certain things that are maybe like, that's just a straight up trap. There's something over here and it's just like, hey, pull on this thing if you want. And you pull on it. It's just like, yeah, you got bit by some bug or like whatever the thing might be. And you're like, that was stupid. You don't just go pulling random ropes. That's like Looney Tunes shit. That's how you like, like in Home Alone, you get like hit by the brick. I'm mixing a lot of references right now. It's fine. The point is, watch out for anvils from the sky. Because if cinema's taught us anything, it's that A, that happens, and B, it's really easy to survive getting hit in the head by a brick from 50 feet up. I don't think that's how that works. Seventh Continent is the final game on this section of the shelf. We got Snafu and Oregon Trail over here. But that's not part of this. That's just the beginnings of a hoarder life. Anyway, my name is Michael Lee Murphy. That was what's on this shelf. Tell us what's on your shelf if you have any of these games. If you want to see us stream any of these games at twitch.tv/thebrothersmurph, and maybe we'll give it a go. And at any rate, have a good week, y'all. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Such a cool video, right? Man, there's jokes, and I know what happened in this one for sure. So because of that, check out Restoration Games. They sponsor us, and there's info for them in the description below. There's also more things where I'm doing funny stuff. Sometimes Nick is funny, because I've seen all these